All right, so we should be good to go. So, hello everyone. My name is Mia Joseph. I work at the VRC, which is the Veterans Resource Center. We also work with the military affiliate students, and our whole mission is to guide, help, and achieve all of the military affiliate students so they can graduate and go on to that next stage in their life. So, a little about me: my dad was in the Air Force for 30 years. He retired, and he's like, "I'm not going to college. Mia, take it." And then I took all of his benefits, and he reminds me of that every day, which is totally fine. I'll gladly take a little bit of him poking at me all the time for me to get a decent education, which is great because it's Nova, so it's really good. But like I said, so the whole point of the speaker series is to introduce ourselves and just get to know about NSU and the departments involved. So we have a wide variety. I'm really excited to learn about this because I don't know anything about NSU, so I'm hoping to learn something new. So is there anyone who would like to go first or anything like that? What about Julian and Alicia? I'm sorry if I butchered that.
Alicia. We are graduate assistants in the Office of Student Leadership and Civic Engagement. If you wanted to see a PowerPoint, we could share our screen. Otherwise, we can just kind of tell you about what we do. Up to you, Mia.
It's whatever you guys think does best. If you guys are like, no, we don't need a PowerPoint, because you probably done this a whole lot more than I've done of like getting your information out.
I think eventually won't be too bad. Could you give us screen sharing privileges, please?
Try it. Huh. It says all participants can share, so.
Oh, there it is. Awesome sauce.
Awesome.
Can you see the screen? Yes or no? Awesome. Awesome. All right.
Can I do presenter view?
Mm-hmm.
No, just.
Oh, please, every time. Always on the screen. Apologize, folks, and technical difficulties. That's never fun.
We're doing good. We're fine. It's over there.
Let's try this on this side.
So we're the Office of Student Leadership and Civic Engagement. There are 4 graduate assistants that are in our office, and we do a lot of the work that happens here. We have a, maybe don't do presenter here.
Yeah. Okay. There it is. Awesome.
Is that working?
Do you guys see the PowerPoint? Awesome. There it is.
Okay, can you go to the next one? So this is our team, our squad. Darren and Conchetta are our leaders. Darren's the director of SLICE. Conchetta is the assistant director. Then we have Ray, who oversees Razor's Edge leadership, which, as you'll learn, Razor's Edge is one of the scholarship programs that students can apply to. And we oversee what we call leadership. And so there's multiple different opportunities for those students to get leadership experience. And then there's Julian, who does, what do you do?
So I'm the GA, excuse me, I'm the GA for leadership development in this office, and I oversee a few programs which will go into a little bit in the PowerPoint. There's anything dealing with anything dealing with leadership outside of Razor's Edge.
And then my name's Alicia. I oversee service initiatives. Originally, in my younger years, I thought that I was going to be a social worker. And then I got into the nonprofit field and realized that that wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do. And so I'd like to stay in higher education and do service-related things. So this is just kind of a statement of what does SLICE do. It's the Office of Student Leadership and Civic Engagement. We're committed to empowering students with leadership and service-based educational opportunities that promote critical and creative thinking that inspire action in one way or another. So key programs, I'm on the civic engagement side of things, and so we do days of service, which normally happens once a month. And then I oversee Sharks in Service, which is an amazing program that normally brings students on a week-long experience to local, national, or international areas around the world, focuses on service and then community building. There is service tracking for student orgs, diversity in action, and then we provide Excel credit and community engagement pillar.
And so, oh gosh, I'm sorry. Water. On the leadership side, again, Regine or Ray, she does the judge program, and that's her area, and that's for students coming in and doing that program of leadership. I oversee the Emerging Leaders Experience (ELE). It's a two-part course on leadership. ELE 1 is focused more on personalized leadership, so basically finding how you lead and really growing in that aspect, and just giving you guys tools of how to be better leaders. And then ELE 2 is focused on the social change model. So in those 7 C's, and that is offered each semester for 10 weeks, and that is not a required course, but students take it and they get a ELE pin and also a certificate, so that they are a A1 leader taught by the best of the best. And then I also facilitate the Innovative Leadership Experience, the Innovative Leadership Series, ILE, which is a 10-session conference throughout the year, 5 first semester, 5 second semester, and those actually are facilitated by pro-staff and GAs, and those will go over the 10 competencies of student leadership according to NACA, the National Association for Campus Activities. All right, and again, and both of those are on Shot Club again at each semester. And actually, my ELE session is open now up until Saturday by 10 p.m. So if you have students who want to participate in that course, just go to Shot Club and go under the ELE tab, and then you'll find that session. And then we also do have our leadership recognition ceremony, where we recognize the student leaders around campus who are doing great things and being leaders in their own right. And then we have the lead conference, which is being believed that will actually be March 15th through the 19th. And you guys will hear about that a little later on, I believe, next month. So just be on lookout for that, and we'll actually probably send that to Kelly to give to you guys as well. And lastly, we have the Excel pillar. So if you are, and I actually go over that a little bit more again in the PowerPoint. Right.
So service, we do active things for the community, both locally, nationally, and internationally. This looks different within COVID. But we are adapting and trying to figure out what service looks like on the remote side of things, which is always just kind of learning and growing.
All right, and also requirements, basically, if RSOs are the registered student organizations, and then mostly participate with the IOC and Campus Life. And basically, we have a few ways for us to get qualified for funding. So again, I know for they have service impact in present, and so I know with me, RSOs can either help facilitate ELE or ILE to get funding for their club, and that's kind of how we collaborate with that as well.
Civic engagement opportunities. Days of service are days where we offer service opportunities. We've done several things this year where we've gone to a beach cleanup. We've done, we actually partnered with the VRC and created bracelets. Mia, do you remember that? You might be able to give a better explanation of what we did.
I personally don't remember too much myself, but I just remember the bracelets going, oh my God, these bracelets are so awesome when we first got them. So it was a great like time and a great like thing to do. So
see if you know the vocab. So it's like a 7-foot cord that can hold like 700 pounds.
oh, the parachute bracelets.
Yeah. And so we made those as a virtual experience with the VRC. And then those got donated to the organization that we were working with, and they were tied in a way where if you pulled on one end, on both ends, it would completely come apart. And so veterans would receive them with a letter that we wrote, and can wear these bracelets and then use them in times of emergency. So that's just an example of ways that we've been trying to kind of innovate how we do service. There's also Recruit a Shark Day, which is a career development where you can find internships and career opportunities. And then Diversity in Action is really just workshops that we do from time to time. So that's what civic engagement does. Yeah.
And so, as I said before, we have leadership opportunities such as ELE and ILE. Again, these are both on Shark Hub. And then we had a GA over P64, although it is currently vacant. But if you guys don't know what P64 is, it's basically the elite of the elite, the best of the best students who represent the university, either to donors, big funders for the school. They're able to eat dinners with the president. They get Miami Dolphin VIP passes, stuff like that. Just really a really high class thing to be put on your resume and be like, I was a rep for the university and I was just like this excelling student out of 20,000 students. I was the top 1% of my student body. And I think those applications are actually still going on until the 29th, until I believe tomorrow actually. But this is offered every year. So yeah.
Again, the newest thing here is the Sharks in Service week-long alternative breaks. We're still doing Sharks in Service. It just looks different. It's over 3 weeks. We have multiple sessions where we meet and we talk about a social justice issue. The two that are still open will be education as a social issue and hunger and homelessness, which will be happening in March. And so if that's something you're interested, check that out on Shark Hub as well. Go ahead.
The leadership Excel plan. All right. So if you are part of a RSO or a RA athlete, any of these below, this can be used as an opportunity to get a Excel credit. I believe students have to get 6 or like a number of credits per year throughout the time at NOAA. So this is a way to get that credit. And again, basically you can use any leadership position. You are the president, club, and these below, and then that's how you can sign up for that on Shark Hub, and then we can go from there. Then just a little more continued. Basically, the credits go from 40 hours. That's one full credit, and you can do 2 if you want to. So that's a full 80 hours. And again, that credit can all be found on Shark Hub. All right. Leadership on demand. A little the same thing, except say you are a club president and you're having troubles with either retaining membership, recruiting for the club, or your e-board or leadership team needs a little more help just in some little areas. We supply a little like kind of workshops to help you guys or help students in those focus areas that's below. It'll be communication, conflict management, motivation, stuff like that. And if students would like to have that training or position done, they can email us at slice@nova.edu. Okay. The main thing is to make a difference, whether it be leadership or student engagement, plus engagement. You know, be a session supervisor, put in lead councils, attend our program events. Just it's good to be a part of the community at Nova. Any final questions, Alicia?
We are located in Rosenthal, which is right next to Starbucks, and on the opposite side of the UC. If you would be interested in anything we do, we are on Shark Hub, we're on Instagram. Any questions about what we host and what we do?
If there are no questions, as Alicia said, we are located next to Starbucks. So as you are getting your morning dose of caffeine, you can think about, you know what? I think today I want to be a leader, and we spot it for you. We evolved. So come see us, say hi, say what's up. We're here for you all, and yeah, have a great, fantastic day. All right.
All right. Thank you so much. You guys did a really good job. Anyway, yeah. So thanks, guys. You guys both did like a really good job. I definitely learned a lot, so I can pass that down to other students who ask or anyone who asks. And we actually used to be located in Rosenthal, so I hear Rosenthal. I'm like, hey, we used to be there, but now we're in DeSantis. All right. So who would like to go next?
Go next.
Awesome.
Okay, let me just share my screen because I also have a PowerPoint, but it's going to be a little short. Let me. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Marisol Angeles. I am also a graduate assistant and career advisor for the Center of Academic and Professional Success. As you know, in the summer, we have merged both our offices, the career development and academic advising, into one known as CAPS. So what does CAPS do specifically? It actually offers a variety of assistance in different services that we provide, such as career exploration for some of our students who are needing that extra push of not so sure what they want to do, career related, especially debating on changing courses or majors. For example, what's next for me? How do I get connected or be actively involved on campus, and finding out what my interests are. And then down would be the job and internship search assistance. For example, us career advisors actually post jobs on a daily basis through Handshake for our students to see what jobs they may be interested in applying to. And we have our amazing employer relations team that helps our students find it regarding to their major that they graduated with their baccalaureate, or for example, they're looking for hands-on experience or maybe a way to look in the realm of their job, like for example, just getting that hands-on experience, especially to polish their resumes, especially if they're going to be looking into post-bac programs, grad school, and jobs. And we can assist with students regarding to that. We actually have our Recruiter Shark Week where we'll have a lot of employers, and it'll be held virtually this year again, just in case you're looking for jobs within a specific time frame, whether it's in the summer, whether it's next fall of a school year, we can help with that. So when I'm talking about resumes, we can also assist our veteran students and any student in particular. For example, I'm so glad that the SLICE office provides such great opportunities for our students getting actively involved and becoming a leader on campus. Kudos to SLICE. But also, for example, for veteran students who are no longer active, and for example, they have a lot of active experience regarding to their service time, we can definitely polish your resume with the bullet point writing, especially for your reader who doesn't necessarily know a lot about the military. We kind of want to make it a little bit distinguished. Okay, you spearheaded and directed group members in order to make sure that the goal is met at a certain time. For example, we definitely help you on that. And also curriculum vitae, for example, if you're applying to grad school or post-bac programs, they might ask you for a curriculum vitae, which is versus a resume. And the two are different because a resume is 1 to 2 pager rule of thumb, and a curriculum vitae is more about your leadership experience, work experience, and goes up to 4 pages. So you do have a little bit of liberty in case you realize, oh man, I really want to include this, but I need to fit everything on a resume. But we can also tailor your resume for different industries and different jobs that you're applying to, relating to those job qualifications. And then the cover letter, it's always great to have a cover letter when you're applying, just because it's an additional document that also invites you for a job, letting them know and connect the dots of your experiences of introducing yourself. What exactly are you pursuing? How is this job related to your past experiences? And why exactly do you want this job? Or AKA buttering them up of how you heard them in the first place. That's where this cover letter comes. And we will assist you through the process from drafting to storming and then the final draft, and making sure that everything is good to go for you to start applying. And then we also offer our service for networking. For example, it's always good to build your connections, whether it's here within your peers or, for example, external. For example, let's say you want to build your brand, and we do have that through LinkedIn. You want to gain more networks, for example, doctors within the related field of health or anything related to that. Specifically in your major, we definitely help you on how to network, how to reach out in a professional manner. And then following that is mock interviews. Mock interviews don't necessarily have to be grad school related. It can be job related. For example, you definitely want to feel you're prepared and capable to answer the question, tell me about yourself. Why do you want this job? Can you answer this behavioral and situational question? And making sure that you're not rumbling and taking too long of a length of a time, minute or two within your time, your response. So it's always good to start finding out what specifically questions are they going to ask. And, even though practice makes perfect and sometimes you can't expect the unexpected, but we can also help you making sure that you feel confident, you're articulated, especially preparing for those mock interviews, whether it's via Zoom, in person, etc. So grad school applications, we also help with you with that. For example, if you decide to look into grad school, whether it's grad school here or thinking about your non-negotiables such as location, your study, etc. We also assist in that regarding to, okay, let's look at what they're asking for you, which is personal statement, recommendation letters, both professional and academically, etc. We definitely help you in the steps of, okay, let's make sure we write all these names down in Excel. Let's look at, do they offer financial assistance? Either there's a graduate assistantship that you want to pertain, which will help you defray the cost of grad school. Then definitely let's look into applying to that. And then personal statements, what grad schools most likely will ask from you, such as bringing a relevance of why exactly do you want to go in this career. And then LinkedIn, we also help you build it up. Even if you haven't started one, we definitely recommend you to build one, just because employers will look at that, just because, like I mentioned, networking and to see if you have relevant experiences and can invite you. So that's some personal branding. And especially for some students who have a company and don't have like a banner or some way to show their objective or statement. So my final portion of the presentation would be how to contact us. We are located in the Horowitz building, specifically in the Career Development Suite. We can be either phone called at 954-262-7201. We are using a new system for scheduling appointments called Navigate. It's no longer Handshake, but don't worry, you can still access jobs. You can still register for events like the Recruiter Shark Week that will be happening March 22nd through March 25th. And for example, if we are very socially active on our social media. It's NSU underscore caps. And we do have a JCPenney suit up event. Let's say you don't have the clothing for a job interview or for that event and you want to meet with employers. We definitely recommend that you dress to impress, just for success, and use that coupon that will help you buy those professional clothing. And as well as we have our Razor's Edge career closet, which has professional clothing. You just need to schedule an appointment with an advisor prior, and then you'll be able to have access with the closet. But our hours are from Mondays through Thursdays, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Fridays from 8:30 to 5 p.m. And we do have drop-in advising from 9 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. if you just want a 15-minute appointment regarding to, hey, I have a job. I just want you to look over my resume if that's good. Or for example, I just need someone to make sure that this outfit looks good, or what questions can I ask at the interview. We definitely offer that assistance.
All right, thank you so much. I actually use your guys' services a lot. I actually have an appointment tonight, so yeah. So they are definitely helpful, definitely wonderful. I gave them my first time resume, and then they go no, and then they really fixed it up. I'm like, that's what a resume is supposed to look like. And it was really professional. They really do a good job of guiding you through on what a resume should or should not look like. So definitely use them, guys. This is such a great service. All right, who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Awesome.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Kristen Hawthorne. I am the graduate assistant for the dual admission programs here in the Department for Student Academic Services. We're kind of a hidden department. We just relocated to the 3rd floor of the Mailman Hollywood building. It's like one of the oldest buildings on campus. But basically, our department currently oversees all the dual admission programs, which are programs that have like undergraduate students who have reserved seats in the graduate program that they interviewed for and were offered a position. So I work with those students primarily, and we do a lot of advising, programming for them to like make sure that they're maintaining their requirements, GPA, courses, and everything to ensure that they're able to transition into the graduate program upon their graduation. So these students generally are super stressed and anxious about like maintaining their spot. But additionally, our office also does academic standing for the undergraduate students. So my colleague, Frank Meinerich, basically makes sure that any students who are falling below academic excellence, as stated by the student handbook in the course catalog, are notified of their academic standing, and if they're put on academic warning, he notifies them, and therefore he checks on them throughout the remaining semesters. Additionally, he also does Dean's List for every college. So if you are on Dean's List, or if you ever hear about Dean's List, that information comes out of our office. So we do a lot of behind the scenes work of running reports, checking in on students who are falling below the required GPA, which is a 2.0 at the university, as well as working with the dual admission students. We also are starting to oversee like the Razor's Edge programs, or at least my bosses. I don't personally work with them. And then we also oversee the Presidential Scholars program, which are students who have basically a full ride at the institution, but they are working on different projects amongst themselves. So not a ton of like services that you guys could take advantage of, but if you were ever curious about academic standing or any of those programs that I mentioned, they are all located in our office. So was nice to meet you all.
What was your name?
My name is Kristen Hawthorne. You guys may have received like communication from me last semester because I did conduct an assessment of the VRC, and so I was emailing you guys asking you to complete a survey for me. So thank you if you did help me out with that.
Yeah, we actually had 2 interviews because you took me as the dual mission student, and I was like, all right, you asked me about that, but so
Yeah.
that was a fun time.
I meet with dual students every day, so I generally am just like, oh, it's a meeting, it's a dual student. Completely slipped my mind that I definitely meet with non-dual students as well.
Yeah, so but we had to figure it out. It was a good time. All righty. Who's next?
I
can
can
go
go.
next.
Go ahead.
You want to go, Alejandro? You can.
No, you got it.
Thanks. So my name is Haley Bryan. I work in the Office of Residential Life and Housing, and I actually serve as the Assistant Area Coordinator for Mako Hall. So my presentation is going to be extremely short because I noticed that a lot of you guys don't live on campus who are present in the meeting today. So I am going to talk about a little bit of our programming, and that was really all I felt the need to talk about. So I am going to talk about programming a little bit, and we do have some virtual options for those of you guys who might be not local. So if you guys do want to join, you definitely can. We would love to have you. So I do have 2 departmental programs that I'd like to talk about. One of them is this week and the other is next week. One of them is actually tonight at 6 p.m. over Zoom. So we're going to be hosting a magical trivia night, which is going to be Disney trivia. I can send the Zoom link to Kelly so that you guys have it. If you're interested in joining, I think there are going to be prizes as well. And then on Wednesday, February 3rd at noon at the FFB Pagoda, which is like that little covered area with the picnic tables, they're going to be having an event called Waffle Wednesday, and you can go out and get some waffles with some toppings right at lunchtime. So you guys should definitely attend that if you're on campus. So if you do live on campus in the residence halls with us, you can always reach out to your RA or the assistant area coordinator of your own residential community, and they can kind of tell you about any of the programs that your community will be hosting or any programs that will be hosted by the Office of Residential Life and Housing. If you ever have any questions about things that aren't programming related, your assistant area coordinator or your RA are both amazing resources. We know a lot about campus in general, not so much me because I've only been here since August, but a lot of my fellow assistant area coordinators have been here for a lot longer than I am, and the RAs are amazing humans, so they can all kind of give you any advice that you need. For those of you guys who don't live on campus, I will be kind of like compiling a list of some more virtual programs that you guys can join in on over Zoom if you'd like. That way you can just enjoy the programs that our RAs work really hard to put on. So in addition to some of the programming aspects that we do, obviously we do have jobs within the Office of Residential Life and Housing, which will be available for the fall semester. So one that I really wanted to talk about today is front office staff. So those would be the people who sit at the front desk of, for example, Mako or Goodwin, and just kind of greet people as they enter and answer questions, that kind of thing. So we will be having those applications go live, I'd imagine probably like March or April. So if you guys are interested in that or would like a job on campus, that is a possibility. You don't have to be a residential student in order to work for the Office of Residential Life and Housing. So if you're interested in that, we should be sending out email communication toward the end of the semester so that you can join our team for the fall. Of course, if you guys ever have any questions, you can always email housing@nova.edu, or if you do live on campus, you can reach out to your RA or your AAC or your AC. You can pop into our offices. I'm in Mako, so my office is on the first floor of Mako. But if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll share some programming things with Kelly so that you guys can get that information as well.
All right, thank you. I actually live in Mako, so I heard you go Mako. I was like, yes, Mako, the best one, best hall. But I'm over competitive, so I always think we're the best. But yeah, Res Life does a really good job, guys. Definitely, if you live here or you're thinking about living here, definitely look at it. It's a good option. I was very surprised because when I thought I was going to go to college, I thought I would have to share a room with like 5 different people and just like a singular room, but no, there's a lot more options than you think there are. So I'm definitely grateful. I was like, I get my own room. So it's definitely something to look at if you guys are interested in that. So thank you so much.
Seems like I'm next. So I'm gonna try to share my screen and okay. Can you all see my screen? Okay, perfect. So my name is Alejandra Gonzalez Salan, and I am the graduate assistant for the Office of Student Media. So I'm just going to go through a quick presentation of the services we offer and just different ways you all can get involved with our office. So to start off, let's talk a little bit about what student media does here at Nova Southeastern. So we are student-ran media operations. So we have three different ones. We have The Current, Radio X, and Sharks United Television. So all of our different areas focus on providing opportunities to get students hands-on experience in real-world settings. So here I'm gonna have like our social media on each slide. If you kind of want to follow us, they talk more about programming and just other ways you can interact with us over social media. But moving into specifically The Current. So The Current is an NSU student-run newspaper and they report for and about NSU. So they have different sections on like news, features, arts and entertainment, opinions, and sports on our newspaper. This semester, we're going completely virtual because of COVID. But on our website, you can find the newspaper. We do publish weekly. And so it's just a good way to kind of see what's going on at NSU, what's going on in the world. And they work really hard to make sure it's engaging for students. But some ways that you all can get involved is that we would love if you all can send letters to our editors, if you can give any feedback, comment on our articles, look at our website. We are here for you all, so any comments are really appreciated, what you want us to write about. And also, you can join us for our virtual meetings on Tuesdays at 12:30 p.m. Our meeting link is on our Instagram bio. So if you want to connect with us, you can always join. You can always write articles for us if that's something that you're interested in. So, okay, moving into Radio X. So Radio X, we started off as a cable station that was just only at Nova, but now we've transitioned into a unique non-commercial student-managed radio station that serves the entire Tri-County area. So we do broadcast daily from 6 p.m. to midnight on 88.5 FM. And so you can listen to us, listen to all of our DJs. They all play different music. And if you want to look at a music that interests you specifically, we do have a schedule on our website. So it can range from hip hop to indie to Latin music to just anything, a little taste of everything. But you can also listen to our live stream 24/7 on our website. So if you just want to listen to it while you're studying or you're just at work, feel free to do so. We also have a not so early morning show where our staff members talk a little bit about different topics. So this can range from like relationships to psychology to nature to finance. So it's just good because we also bring in guest speakers and they kind of talk a little bit more about what they think. So if you ever want to come on our morning show, feel free to come in. You can talk, you can listen, and just interact with all of us. We also have a podcast, so it's called Radio X Off the Record Podcast, and you can be involved in our podcast. We usually interview different artists, we interview students. So if you ever want to get involved with us, you're more than welcome to do so. And we do it goes out every Friday around 5 p.m. So we usually work on it throughout the week. But as I said, you can get involved. You can become a volunteer DJ. So if you love music, feel free to become one and play the music that you love. Join our podcast and speak on our morning show. And then lastly, we're going to talk about our newest form of student media, which is SUTV, and it is on Channel 96 within the res halls. But we also have a YouTube channel where we where we place all of our videos and original content that our staff produces. And also, I don't know if you all knew this, but you get free recently like released movies if you just log into sutv.nova.edu. If you're on campus, if you're at the university center, if you're in the res hall, you can watch these different movies for free. And also, you can visit our website and it has the link to it if you can't find it using that small section. But ways you can get involved with ASHU TV, you can come in and give us like pitch original content that you want to see on our shows. You can come volunteer, so if you want to get some experience with editing, filming, recording, all of that, you can come with us. We'll teach you. And feel free to join our meetings on Friday at 12 p.m., which is also in our social media if that's something you want to get involved with. But lastly, here is where you can find us. All of our offices are a little bit spread out. So the current, we're in University Center, the third floor near the PVA wing. Room 328, Radio X is located in Rosenthal, right the first door on the left-hand side, room 104. And SUTV is located on the second floor, room 236. And I have also included my contact information right here. So if you ever want to shoot me an email or call me on my phone number, you feel free to do so. And if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. But that is all I have for today.
Thank you so much. So actually, I was on the Not So Early morning show, I believe, once, like last semester. Ended up talking about Venezuela for some reason. Cannot tell you how we got onto that topic. And then I was interviewed to do my best Joker impression for the SGU TV. And then I had a whole plan in mind, like, oh, soft to loud. And then it just went loud and went all across the university, and everyone was staring at me. But it was great. All right, I'm back. So yeah, it's a great time, guys. If you ever get the chance, definitely take advantage of it. I definitely read the Current every once in a while, and their articles are great. I still remember one very clearly because I was like, "That's me!" And it was about the Starbucks line and everyone cutting in front, and we're like, so definitely read it. You also find some like great little places to eat too. So I want to thank all of our speakers for coming out. It was really a great time. I definitely learned a lot. Yeah. Like I said, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate this. And if you guys ever want to collaborate or like, hey, I have something that you guys might be interested in, shoot us an email or call our office, and we are more than willing to like work with all of you, because the whole point is to make sure our students get the best things that they need to get done. So, all right, thank you, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice one.
Thank you.